good crops growth and harvest. So as you can see, I have changed into the Yi costume. And I have the honor to invite Mr. Huang Fei with us, who is from the local tourist bureau. So say hello to our viewers. Happy Torch Festival. I think the Torch Festival has to do with the admiration of the Yi people to fire. Yes, we worship fire. We see it as a sign of expel evil, and in ancient time it can expel beasts and prevent people from being harmed, and it's also the source of life. It changes people's life as well. That explains why the Yi people worship the fire so much. And our viewers might be very curious about the activities, the festive activities for the Torch Festival. And in the morning, it was torch gathering. That is, we need to gather the source of fire. And we will play a short video for you. This is how the torch is gathered, or the torch is lit. Let's try ourselves. This is how you create fires with the clash of these two special stones. This is called the firestones or the flint. Can I try? Sure. This is the firestone. Yeah. I saw some sparks. That means I might be successful. Well, it's a bit tiring, I should say. So that's the first step. What's the second step? Tonight we will be holding this bonfire festival, bonfire celebration. And there will be another special performance of consisting the element of fire. This is the specially made ice cream. It has a special theme. Because we are known as the hometown for Azalea, and this ice cream was actually made into the shape of an azalea flower. Well, let's take a look. It's like the blossom of azalea. It's very unique. This is just one flower, or? This is what we call a charming azalea. And when we think that this beautiful flower also signifies beautiful ladies. Let's see if there's any other special products here. We also have other azalea products, such as this. This is lipsticks. These are lipsticks, costumes. All of this are special IP of Azalea. These are all products with Azalea elements. This is the flower, the Azalea flower. If you love this kind of beautiful flower, you can just buy a pot of this and place it in your home. And this is also part of our local emerging industry. Actually, not far from here is the 5A garden, 5A scenic location. This is a very grand, vast area with azaleas. The total space for this park is about 125 square kilometers. This is the biggest azalea park in the country. So this is a very famous spot, scenic spot for azalea flowers, and is one of the most popular tourist locations. So each year during the blossom season, many tourists will come from afar to gather here to appreciate the beautiful flowers. And if you come here in summer, it will be an ideal location to get some coolness in the heated summer. You would even need to wear an overcoat, and you will still feel a bit cool. So the climate here in summer is really fantastic. We are aiming at building this center, building this place into a national level and a popular tourist attraction and resort. We will protect the ecological condition while developing the ecotourism and local economy. This place is also known for being a famous coal mine. It has very abundant coal reserves underground. But I think in the future, tourism will be our new highlight in economic development. As you can see, the people's livelihood here have changed for the better because of tourism in the past years. So do you have any new supporting policies? And yes, we have approved the plan for high-quality development in Bijie city of Guizhou province. And we will sure in the future enjoy more benefit of this policy. And I believe that tourism will become a new pillar for local economy. We are hoping that people's life can become more beautiful and prosperous, just like the flowers, the beautiful azalea. We have invited with us some young actors and actresses here to put on shows. There are singing shows, and horse racing, and arrow shooting. We have a lot of activities that is prepared for the tourist, and you are more than welcome to join us. I'm very curious about this instrument. And this is a musician. Hello? Can you tell us the name of this instrument? Well, this music instrument is called 乐琴 or the moon fiddle. It has a particular shape. It's very round, in a round shape like the full moon. Well, it's sure eye-catchy. Can you show us how to play it? Sure. Thank you very much. This is a traditional folk song. The lyrics of it is that, it's to welcome all the guests and let's sing together and dance together. So that's the meaning of the lyrics. Let me sing for you. What's the meaning of the lyrics that you have just sung? I'm sending an invitation to all the guests to have fun and play some games. Can you teach me some simple notes? Do I press here? Well, okay. I can use the picks. Well done. Thank you very much. That's a successful first attempt. It has only 3 strings. Normally it has 4, but 3 will also do. This is really a special instrument in terms of its structure and shape. So can you tell us more about the head of the fiddle? Well, it's in the shape of a dragon. And this is the head of a dragon and the tail of a phoenix. And the neck of it is known as the bone of dragon. The Yi people also worship the dragons. Let's follow this fire dragon and to see the fire dragon performance. I already feel the heat, I must say. We must run, otherwise we will fall behind. We can bear the torch with our right hands. All of the tourists look forward to this activity. This is known as the Oriental Carnival. People would gather here to share their joy. They would sing and dance. They would put on different performances and shows. As you can see, people's excitement in their faces. There are so many people here. And people gather here to wait for the holy moment for the torch to be lit. When the time comes, people would lit up the torch together. And people are shouting and exclaiming and to show their joy and excitement in the celebration. This is their way to express their emotions. So why are we spinning in circles? Well, this shows the spirit of unity, especially of the different ethnic groups. Besides local residents, we also welcome a lot of guests coming from other provinces and regions. This used to be a local celebration, especially a celebration of the Yi ethnic people. However, as the celebration gets grander over the years, more and more tourists will join us in this grand celebration. Okay, now let's move on to the next location. So can you tell us the meaning or the symbolism for such a performance? I mean, the dragon fire show. Well, in the past, sometimes during some years, we would experience this kind of reduction in crop harvest. This is mainly due to pests, especially the locust. At the time, the most traditional way to expel the pest would be to set up fires to drive them away. After the pests were driven away, we would enjoy bumper harvest. So that has become the origin of this tradition. So each year on the 24th of the 6th lunar month, people would lit up fire to celebrate a festival and pray for good harvest and crop growth next year in the coming months. So this is just a form of playing with fire. I think it's an upgrade of the traditional ceremony of driving the locust away. Because fire symbolizes the beginning or origin of life as well. The civilization of human beings began with the usage of fire. I think now it's almost time for the torch to be lit, and at that time more bonfires would also be lit. People would dance and sing around the bonfire. As you know, the Yi ethnic people are quite good at singing and dancing, so you are up for a feast for the eye and the ears. The torch used to be made of pine trees and the branches of pine trees. That was in the past. And right now it has been upgraded. Are the bonfires lit? Not yet. Some tribe leaders of the Yi ethnic groups are right now leading the people to do some ceremonial dances. This is one of part of the performance, and today we have the honor to invite one of the dancers here. Can you show us a small number of the traditional Yi dance? Okay. I'll just show you a bit of the dance that we are going to perform later. This is a local tune. That was beautiful. So can you tell us more about the meaning of the dance? This is the first part of the local tune. So we have two set of choreography for this dance. Altogether, we have about 30 different movements. It has a long history as well. So can you teach me one or two moves? We will be holding hands. It goes 1, 2, 3 to the side, to the other side. 1, 2, 3, and then back to this side. 1, 2, 3. And moving forward. 1, 2, 3, and backward. And forward and backward. Did you get it? Well, thank you very much for teaching me. I think you dance much better than me. But I feel the charm. Maybe after this I will come to you to learn more. So what is your favorite part in this dance? Well, there is one part where a girl and a boy would pair up and dance together. So I will be inviting my dance partner to join us. Well, this part, the boy and the girl would pair up to dance together. Thank you. So this is a pair dance. The girl is mimicking the movement of playing the flute, and the boy is mimicking the action of playing the fiddle. So it's actually a combination of dancing and music instrument performance. Do you love this dance? Would you like to show us some movements? Okay, sure. This is a solo from this gentleman. Thank you very much. This is, are you mimicking some kind of animals? No, actually, this is just an expression of people's passion and pursuit of happiness in life. So, are you a good singer as well? Well, I consider myself to be an okay singer. Right. Please show us. What does the lyrics mean? It means that we welcome the honorable guests to come here and join us for a drink. So can you tell us more about the Yi language? I think I've heard a bit in your song. Okay, here it goes. This is the Yi people's way of saying Happy Torch Festival. And may the fortune be with you. Can you teach me? Sure. We can see that there are a lot of tourists that come from other places to join the celebration of the Torch Festival. Where are you from? I'm from Yibing of Sichuan province. So how do you feel right now? I'm very happy. So go join the celebration. Let's take a closer look at the Bonfire Carnival. Well, this is actually the most important step and a most important part of our celebration. And I think this ceremony symbolizes the fact that people obtain fire from nature and it's now returning the fire to nature. And it shows people's desire, people's aspiration to protect the environment and to maintain this very good ecological condition. In this celebration, people from all ethnic groups would join each other and to dance together and sing together. This is our way of welcoming the guests and show our spirit of unity. Well, why don't we dance together? I think probably it's now a bit unrealistic to join the ranks. We'll just dance here, right? Yes, we have a lot of guests, a lot of tourists who come especially for this celebration. This is actually one of our main venues, and we have 4 other venues for the bonfire dances. Well, here it goes. The big bonfire. It signifies togetherness and unity. It's also a symbol of family reunion. The branches here are from pine trees up the mountains. Okay, you would like to try? Follow them. Go ahead and try it. We can see that most of the dancers in row 1 are from the local ethnic groups. They are considered the leaders of the team, of the squad. And when the tourists come in, they can just imitate them. It's easier for them to catch up this way. Just now we had a first experience of this dance activities. I think this kind of lovely atmosphere is co-created by the local people as well as the tourists coming from other places. I think we felt the heat of the fire and the enthusiasm of the local people as well. We send the sincere invitation to all people in the country to join us in this grand celebration. I actually asked about one of the dancers about the Yi language, so can you tell us more? Well, the language we use is a very ancient tongue. It was very well preserved, and I think the passing down, the inheritance of this language is also the key to the Yi culture, which is also very well preserved. This is actually like the new year of the Yi ethnic people. How many characters are there in the Yi language? About 800 characters. You also mentioned another calendar of the Yi people called the solar calendar, yes? Right. We have the Yi according to this solar the solar calendar. We have 2 major or biggest festival. That is October the 1st, of course, in the solar calendar, which is the New Year. And the second biggest festival is today, that is the 24th of June, which is the Torch Festival. Azalea is an important cultural heritage. This is intangible cultural heritage of the local people, of the local culture as well. Thank you very much. We had the opportunity to join the Torch Festival celebration with the local people. And due to time limit, that's all for my part today. And we wish you that next year you can come here and enjoy the celebration yourselves. And now we will be talking to our colleagues in Yunnan and see what is happening over there. Good evening, dear viewers. I'm Wang Zixuan with CMG. My colleague just shown you how the Guizhou people are celebrating the Torch Festival. And now let's move on to Yunnan province and to see what different celebration do we have here among the Yi ethnic group in Yunnan province. This is actually also a autonomous county for the Yi people. And each year, people would also gather to celebrate the Torch Festival. We have a special guest here. This is Ms. Li Zhen from the local Historical Research Institute. Right now, what you can see is the ceremony to worship the fire. Our cameraman will go over there to take a closer look at this ceremony. So what are they doing? Can you tell us? This is 毕摩, which is known as a sort of a tribe leader for the Yi people. He's an intellectual person, very well respected in the tribe. And usually he will be the one who will be hosting this ceremony. Like the Han people, the Yi people would also perform ceremonies to worship the gods. What is he chanting? He chants to worship the God, the fire of God, and also hoping that the God can ensure the safety and security of the local people. So this is kind of a fire worship ceremony. As you can see, he is also ringing the bells. The Yi people consider this the way to connect to the gods and to the deceased. So this person is considered to be a connection between men and gods. So people would consider him omnipotent. So this person, this character, is an important part, an indispensable part to the local tribes. Currently, we will be using this cock to be used as the sacrifice to present to the god of fire. This person would used to be, slaughter this chicken, this cock on the spot, But currently, because time has changed, and people would sometimes feel that it's a bit cruel, we have actually taken that part out and have changed the format of this sacrifice. He's chanting, God of fire, please bless us so that we can have good harvest and secured life. What are they doing right now? They're trying to lit up the fire. The torch is now lit because the fire in the past were used to expel pests and diseases and epidemics. So this is a sign of praying for safety and health, as well as harvest. We know that the Yi people worship fire have been worshipping fire since ancient times. Yes, from birth to death, from cradle to grave, the Yi people live by, and they actually live on fire, and it's a very important part of our lives and our culture as well. Let us join the ranks to lit the fire together. Let's move forward, holding the torch. So can you tell me more about the symbolism of lighting up the torch? Well, it's a symbol of sending out good fortune, good wish. All people, despite of their age, kids, middle-aged men and women, and also senior people, can all join us to lit the fire, as you can see. Now people would put their torches together to lit up this very big grand torch at the center. This is the central torch in the plaza, and this process is considered to be a very holy ceremony to worship the god of fire. It signifies good fortune. The more fervent the fire burns, the better life next year will be. That's our hope. So what's next? We can see that the 闭模 is placing some pine trees, pine branches into the fire. What's that for? Well, it's also part of this celebration to worship the fire god and pray for good fortune and happiness in the coming year. The pine tree is considered a heavenly tree. So putting pine tree branches in it also signifies good fortune. What about this dance performance? This is actually a drum that is made of made of leather. This dance also aims to expel the evil and pray for good fortune. I like the sound of it. Right. Think the movement which aims at showing the power, demonstrating the power of this person. And it's a way of show strength, because people believe that strength can expel the misfortune and attract the good fortune. Right now, the firecrackers are lit up. It's almost like New Year. The torch festival for the Yi ethnic group is as grand as Spring Festival for the Han people. As you can see, people have now placed their torches here. I will do the same. So why do they do this? When people put the torches together, the fire will burn in a more fervent way, and it signifies the prosperity in life and happiness in life. Right now, behind me is a team of performers who are playing this special instrument. This is a special flute. Is this a unique music instrument owned by the Yi ethnic groups? Yes, it is one of our oldest music instruments that's been passed on since ancient times. This is flute. And people are now walking in circles and dancing at the same time. So what is the tribe leader doing at the moment? He's using this water to send out blessing This is also a way to pray for peace and blessing. There are rice wine and rice. You can see some containers where the rice are put. So you can see that this ceremony has to do with the agricultural activities. Originally, this is a way to expel the pests and wish for good harvest. In the ancient times, people would do this by the farmlands. We can see that the tourists have joined the local people and performers to dance. The local people are very enthusiastic and they are also very artistic. Now we will take some time to enjoy the local dance, and later the tribe leader will be leading a team of torchbearers to continue with the ceremony. Now the torch at the center is burning fervently. As a Han people, I had very rare opportunities like this to have a close contact of the culture of fire. And it reminds me of the Olympic torch during the 2008 and 2022 Olympics in Beijing. And I think the process of lighting up the fire is also very similar to that of the Olympics. This accumulating of fire and the passing of the torches and finally to lit up the main torch. So although we have different cultures, but mysteriously some of the ceremonies is shared by people all around the world. I think the center of the celebration in Yunnan province is in Chuxiong city, but in a lot of places in Yunnan, people would hold different kind of activities, and they are different in different forms and shapes.
来，大家可以看到，我们现在呢，那个又要点起火把来，我们要去撒火把了。来，让我跟林老师加入一下啊。
Now we are ready to lit up the torches.
好嘞，谢谢谢谢。哎呦，这个火把其实点得非常的旺哈。来，咱们来跟随着火把的队伍，来，咱们可不能落下了。咱们这样呢，我们现在就要去进行的，就是在毕摩的带领下进行的一个撒火把的一个。
We will now follow the tribe leader to spread the fire. That's the name of this ceremony. We are falling behind. We have to catch up.
它是用生血来撒在火把上，然后把它炸出那个火花。这个火花就相当于我们
We will be spreading the ashes of the pine trees, and then it will have a similar effect as firecrackers.
我们不能掉队啊！
这个撒火把，我听说是不是也是相当于是我们一起
We
把
have to
这样
catch
的
up.
美好的祝福给传递给千家万户？
是的，是的，我们
Is this also a way to spread the blessings?
然后把美
Yes,
好的
this
祝福
is a
带到
way
千家万户。
to, in ancient times, a way to expel the evil, expel the pests, and send out the blessings to all of the households.
其实我们，我还在找林老师，现在真的现场是非常的热闹的，大家对各种游客呀，对于咱们的火把节，
I just love the atmosphere here.
的这样的一
The
个
local people and tourists are celebrating together.
参与度还是非常的高的。
And people are very enthusiastic
火把节
and they participate actively in this celebration. Although it is a ethnic celebration of the Yi people, right now tourists are coming from all over the country.
我们现在
They would also
相当于
join
是一个
us.
送福的队伍。哎呀，
We are now sending good blessings to the people. I think this is really a good cause.
好的，谢谢。
来，
哎呀，真棒！
很开心啊！我们就是相当于是咱们就一起是过的是彝族大年，是不是？
对，我们是过的是彝族新年。
啊，其实周围的咱们的那
我们
游客还是非常多的。
游客非常的多。每年的火把节。
Each year during the Torch Festival, we will welcome a lot of tourists and visitors coming from all over China and even from other countries.
这是我们的彝族的长廊，我们要把它绕过山，绕过水，要把它带到我们能带到照到光明的角落去。
好嘞，行。
要小心哦。
其实感觉这条路咱们，因为我们现在所在的是一个叫做子溪彝村的地方。
We are at Zixi Yicun village.
云南省的最美乡村，也是
This
韩
is
国第一
also known as one of the most beautiful villages in
火
China.
把的队伍啊还是非常长的。
Well, we can see that people are really moving fast,
我们就不继续
and
跟
it's
着队伍一起往
almost
前
almost impossible for us to catch up at this moment. We will just pause here, but we will be enjoying some other performance at the center, at the plaza. We will now send the blessings to the volunteers, and you can continue the cause.
确实是不太好走，然后我们就不继续再往前走了。然后在火把广场还有更精彩的活动，大家要一起唱歌跳舞。这唱歌跳舞咱可能
We will now go back to the plaza to enjoy the performance. I think I won't miss out on the dancing and
我
singing.
们可以看到啊，其实这边的路不是很好走，还是刚才因为在慌乱。是的，是的。哎，这个志愿者老师，我们该往哪儿走？回到那个广场呢？哦，我们从哪边？不好意思，我这是一个路痴，迷路了。
哦，没关系，有我做向导呢。
好，因为我想跟大家解释一下，咱们这个还是一个算是一个彝族聚居的一个小村落的。
是的。
This is actually a small village. Most of the residents here are of Yi ethnic regions. So the Yi traditional culture is dominant here. And in the past years, this has been built into a famous tourist destination.
这边的话，子兴彝村它不仅是我们这个旅游休闲的地方，它背靠着我们的子兴。
This village is not only a tourist destination, because this village locates in the mountains and with vast land of natural resources and forest resources. So it's a perfect location for recreational activities and some leisure. Are you from local? Yes. I grew up celebrating this festival, so can you tell us more about your childhood celebration? Well, the celebration back when I was a kid was not so grand, to be honest. Really, we just we carry out very simple celebration in our own village. In daytime, we would set up some tents and we will have a picnic. We will cook some good cuisine with lamb.
所以能感觉到咱们这个火把节其实不只是一个对火的这样的一个祭火仪式，有一个包含着咱们的彝族的文化的这样的一个节日。
So this is not only a ceremony to worship the fire, but also a grand reunion for families and friends. As you mentioned that people would cook special food. We also have other local cuisines made of very nutritious ingredients. Now we are back at the plaza of the torch. We can see that a lot of tourists have already come here to join this celebration. I think it's still very difficult for us to squeeze our way in. Beside the grand feast, would there be dancing activities back when you were a kid during the celebration of the torch festival? Yes, after the main torch was lit, and people would do some dances and singing together with the burning of fire. It's like a bonfire celebration. It's also a new way to make new friends. And today we can see that the Torch Festival celebration has become a union of different ethnic groups. Well, I'm so touched and moved. I feel like I must join the celebration. Since now we have a lot of tourists that have joined the celebration, you can see that the dance seems to become simpler but merrier at the same time. Let's just join the crowd. You can see that people are shouting and chanting in joy. It's not only a cultural activity of the local people, but also a precious opportunity for people to relax and have some fun. And the Yi people are quite artistic. They love to sing and dance. After this ceremony, the blessings are sent out. And now it's time to celebrate. I think it's a very nice way to end our live broadcast today. Today we took you to Chuxiong of Yunnan to join this grand celebration of the traditional Torch Festival. And that's it for today's live stream. And hopefully one day you could really come here yourselves and see and join the celebration. It will be memorable and unforgettable experience to you, I'm sure. Okay, why don't we say goodbye to our viewers and send your invitation to the viewers, will you? Okay. I hope that the viewers that have joined us in today's live streaming can one day come here and join the celebration. We wait for you here. We welcome you to share our joy, and share the blessings, and to feel the atmosphere of ethnic unity. Okay, that's all for the live stream. Goodbye.